It's time to pick our team of the year. Rio, you kick us off.
First name on the team sheet has to be
Ramos, born winner.
Report, total rock.
Pour moi, Marquinhos.
Dans les buts, Navas.
Courtois.
Edison. Alright, but what about up top?
Benzema, he should definitely be in it, man.
Are you crazy? It's got to be Joao Felix
No one like me since.
You need our boy Son in there.
And Harry Kane. Never nothing lack, man.
Double that. Raheem can do it all on his own.
What about the middle of the park?
Every team needs a leader. Hendo, he's boss.
The Cruz is better.
Are you sure? Kovacic runs my midfield.
De Bruyne, er ist ein kompletter Spieler.
It's not only about the goal you just scored. It's also about how you celebrate.
Jeez. What are you saying, Roman?
I'm picking Kimpembe. He's class.
Thiago is a monster. Sorry, Manchester. Best defender in the game, Big Bird.
Trent. Now there's a right foot.
Give me some more attackers.
Has to be Di Maria. That left foot is magic.
It's gonna be Armo and Sadio.
Champion. En deux mots, Kylian Mbappé.
Mbappe.
Mbappé.
Mbappe. Now that's speed.
That's their selections. What are you saying? Who makes your team of the year?
Thomas Muller, actually, now that you mention it, EA. In fact, let's go ahead and throw him in there right now. In the midfielders, you've got the likes of, yes, Gozens, of course, and Marino, who, yeah, he might get in. They must have thrown him in attackers, right? Andre Silva, good player. Caputo, Joselu from, what is that, Alaves? Yeah, he definitely won the treble and had 24 assists and 16 goals last season. I can't maybe he's in defenders. I don't know. This is coming from a Dortmund fan. If you had replaced Thomas Muller with Guerrero, I don't think I would have batted an eye. And I love Rafael Guerrero, don't get me wrong. But what are you doing, EA? One of the players who could definitely get in. I'm not saying he would have gotten in. Had he been in the vote, I'm not saying that I would have voted for him. I'm just saying that how the hell is Thomas Muller not in the nominees? Anyways, guys, welcome to the video. My name is Sean, aka ELYYT, and in today's video, we're not going to be choosing my favorite team of the year and what I want to get in, because it could vary a little bit from what I'm going to vote today, because I'm voting for what I think the team of the year is going to be. I'm voting for my confirmed team of the year that EA are actually going to release based on what the votes are and what makes logical sense. So let's get started with that. And in goalkeeper, it's, not really a tough choice for me and who I think is going to get in. It's going to be Manuel Neuer. He, is one of the best goalkeepers of all time, probably the best goalkeeper of all time for some of you guys, but he's top 5 no matter who you are. And he's really come back from his injury and really reached that world-class peak that he was at beforehand, winning the treble with Bayern Munich. And as a Dortmund fan, it's going to hurt to put a couple of these Bayern Munich players into this team, but after you win the treble, you kind of deserve to be in team of the year for a few of your players. Going into the defense, though, there's not a lot of players that actually are up to the caliber of defenders that we've seen in previous years. When you're looking at left back and you look a couple of years ago at the level Marcelo was playing at, or at right back at the level that Dani Alves was playing at, it's nowhere close to what we saw in 2020. And granted, 2020 was a crappy year for a lot of people, and footballers are no exception to that. So at left back, I'm probably going to throw Davies in there. He's, I'd love to see a North American get in. I don't think a North American has ever made team of the year before. So for Davies to get in, that would be pretty cool. But you also got to consider there's not much competition. The only player I could see getting over him is maybe Andy Robertson. And you got to admit, he didn't have as good of a 2020 as he did as a 2019 year. So I don't think he gets in again this year. Now, when it comes to the center backs, again, not a lot of competition to where I think is going to who's going to get in. The best defender in the world when he's healthy is Virgil Van Dyke. So I think he gets in despite the fact that he's been injured for the last couple of months. So I'm going to throw Virgil van Dijk in right there. Again, did he have as good of a 2020 as he did 2019? Probably not, but they did win the league. So I think that he deserves to get in as probably Liverpool's best player there. And he's a center back, so let's go ahead and throw him in right there. And for the other defender, it's a player that we're all familiar with being in Team of the Year. Sergio Ramos. Again, didn't really live up to the level he's been at in previous years that he's made Team of the Year. But there's a couple reasons he's going to get in. One, he's had a lot of penalty goals. Okay, does that mean he should be in Team of the Year? In my opinion, probably not, but it does look good on the stats. And his name is Sergio Ramos, which we're all accustomed to voting for. If you don't know who else to vote for, you're gonna throw in Sergio Ramos. And not to say he had a bad year, just not to say he had an unbelievably good year. And I still think he edges out and gets into this Team of the Year, which is still very, very high praise. Next up, at right back, this is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, I don't think there's a lot of competition at that position. There's going to be a couple people maybe throwing in Kimpembe, maybe a couple people throwing in Marquinhos, or maybe Laporte, but I don't think there's going to be nearly enough of them to make it so that any of these four players don't get into Team of the Year. Now, midfielders would be a little bit of a tougher vote with Thomas Muller being in there, but EA made it easy on us, and they just said, you can't vote for Thomas Muller, so there's only a couple of them that could really get in. And the finalists for me are Bruno, De Bruyne, Kimmich, and then you've also got yourself Thiago and Son. So those five right there are the only ones that I think could possibly get into this midfield. For me, the number one pick is probably going to be Kimmich. There's a lot of people that are going to vote him. I really don't like him at all. If I was voting for the Team of the Year that I wanted, I'd probably go with Heung-min Son instead of Kimmich. But this is the Team of the Year that I think it's going to be. So that's why I'm throwing him in there. He did have a great year for Bayern Munich. You could argue that Thiago had a better year, but I think Kimmich is going to get more of the votes anyway. And for the second player, we're going to go with Kevin De Bruyne. This man, ever since he left Wolfsburg and went to Manchester City, has been arguably the best midfielder in the world pretty consistently. And that's why I think he gets into this Team of the Year without too many issues. And then next up, I think, and this is going to be the most debatable probably part of the video, it's going to be Bruno Fernandez as the last defender. And the reason I'm going with Bruno Fernandez is because, one, Manchester United fans are all going to vote him, and there's going to be a lot of FIFA fans voting for Bruno Fernandez as well. I think a lot of people want to see Bruno getting into this team. Now, Heung-min Son definitely stands a chance getting into this team. I don't think Thiago is going to get enough votes to make it in. Heung-min Son might get enough votes to edge out one of these guys, but for me, that's the three that I think most people will vote for right there, and I just don't see Son or Thiago getting in. But if either of them do, it'll be Son that edges out one of these guys. I'm not sure who he would edge out, whether it'd be De Bruyne or Bruno. I really do believe Kimmich probably makes it in, so those are my three right there. I'm pretty sure those are going to be the three that are in Team of the Year. Next up, we've got the attackers, and there's a lot of debate on who deserves this, the attackers. And here's the thing, you can vote for 3 strikers if you want, so that might make a difference in this year's Team of the Year. But here's the thing, there are 2 players that are going to get in just because of their name, and one of those players is Cristiano Ronaldo. Is Cristiano Ronaldo as good of a player as he once was? Obviously not. You know, Juventus are struggling in the beginning of this season, and Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't even the top goal scorer for Serie A last year. But he's still pretty amazing, all right? He's still scoring a lot of goals. His name is still Cristiano Ronaldo, and for that reason, I believe he's still going to get into Team of the Year. And I can't say he doesn't deserve it, but there's going to be a lot of Messi fans that say, no, there's no Cristiano Ronaldo in this team. And vice versa, there's going to be a lot of Cristiano Ronaldo fans that say Messi isn't going to get into this team. But let's all be realistic. They're both getting in. Both of these guys are getting in. And Messi, here's the thing. In the 1920 season, he had 20-plus goals and 20-plus assists, which has only been done once ever before in a top 5 league by Thierry Henry in 03-04, I believe. And so Messi is probably getting in just because of his name, whether he deserves it or not. So there's pretty much set in stone those 2 players. And you know the player that deserves it more than anybody on this entire team? It's Robert Lewandowski. This man had a Ballon d'Or winning season, despite the fact that Ballon d'Or got canceled. Absolutely stupid that it did, but it did. But Lewandowski deserves to get in. So for me, those top 3 are almost set in stone. You can count on it. Those are going to be the 3 attackers for Team of the Year. You're going to see a lot of people vote Messi, Lua, Neymar, or a lot of people vote Cristiano, Lua, Mbappe. Maybe somebody like me, if I voted, would go Haaland, Lua, Messi, or something like that, because I want to see Haaland in this Team of the Year. And maybe if Lua didn't have a treble-winning, absolutely record-breaking season, then maybe I'd put Haaland up there, and maybe Haaland would win. But for the 12th man, you've got to kind of start looking at the 3 players that it could be. One of them is Haaland. The other 2 are Mbappe and Neymar, who I think are more likely, the most likely, being Neymar Jr. I mean, it's FIFA. People want to see a team of the year. Neymar. Now, it's very possible that they do some throwback or flashback SBCs for Neymar or Mbappe and then make Haaland the actual 12th man. It's very possible this 12th man could be a variety of different players. Maybe it's Josel. I don't know how he got in. What team is that? That is Deportivo Alaves, right? I don't even know for sure. And Caputo, Sassuolo. How did Thomas Muller not get into the votes? That just absolutely blows my mind how EA thought, nah, we don't need Thomas Muller in here. But that right there is my team. Let me know if you guys had any different players in your team down below. And I really appreciate you guys watching and supporting the channel. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. Check out all the links down in the description and anything else that all these other YouTubers ask from you at the end of the video. That'll be it for me today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.